Born on May 7th, 1812 in Camberwell, England, Robert Browning was a poet from the Victorian period. The genres that he specialized in most were poetic narratives, dramatic monologues, lyric poetry, and dramas. Growing up with intelligent and accomplished parents, it only rubbed off on Robert. He was able to read and write by the age of 5, and by the time he grew to age 14, he had already learned Latin, Greek, and French. During the course of the next 2 years, he would acquaint himself with arts such as music, drawing, dancing, and horsemanship. At the age of 12, he wrote a Byronic verse that he called Incondita, in which he had no luck getting published. From then on until he was 20, he did not produce any more poetry. However, in 1833, he finally managed to get his poem published by the name of Pauline. In the following years, he attempted to write a couple of plays that were unsuccessful. Although his plays failed, he learned invaluable writing techniques that would prove to be crucial to the rest of his career. In 1846, he married another poet named Elizabeth Barrett, whose work he was already familiar with 2 years prior. They knew each other personally for a year before they were married without the consent of her father. Three years later, she would give birth to their only child, who they would name Robert Penn Browning. During the next 6 years, Robert spent much of his time working on a collection of poems named Men and Women that he dedicated to Elizabeth. Although unknown at the time, it was considered his best work. Tragically, after only 16 years of marriage, Elizabeth passed away. Robert and his son moved to London, where he would successfully publish 2 more works which earned him a huge amount of respect. In 1881, the Browning Society was founded. During the next 3 years, he would receive multiple awards from Oxford and Edinburgh. On the day of his last published work, Robert Browning passed away in the year 1889.